We do live on a water world, but there are only so many places out there that have large bodies of fresh water that are consumable. Now, some could argue that we have the technology now to desalinate water and we can do all this and that, but I'm just focusing in on the natural bodies of water here that have been here for a long time, well, that were here for a long time, some of them drying up and disappearing, and some going down that path and will meet the same fate if something is not done. I just want to go over some of these places here real quick so people can understand how big of an issue this is here globally. Owens Lake in the United States, now a dust bowl. This was once a thriving area, and I bring it up here. It's on the list because it's a prime example of an area that decades ago used to be very lush and full of water, but then when people came in and rerouted the water, it turned this area into basically a desert. It was an oasis out in a desert region as it was, so they removed the oasis and diverted that water toward the big city. Now, that same process has been eating away at different freshwater lakes all around the globe, whether it's to feed the city or to feed the crops, irrigation. That is what has been happening en masse. This is the Aral Sea in Kazakhstan. This was massive all the way out to this border back in the 1960s. And it has been drained down to what you see right now. And it continues down the same path. Look at this. This is another image by 2015. Hardly anything left in that area. As they show right there from the left to the right, completely dried up, decimating it. The Dead Sea is another spot that is drying up en masse quickly. It was said to be the lowest point of dry land on Earth till here recently they said, nope, we discovered a deeper spot buried beneath ice, which they say will be dry land though, in Antarctica. 11,000 feet down there. It was like 10 times deeper than the Dead Sea. This is a lake in Mali. You can see how luscious it was looking there in the middle of a desert, and then now drying up. Lake Assal in Djibouti. Pretty much gone. Lake Chad. This is in Chad, Niger, Nigeria, and Cameroon. Devastating. From 1963, this massive lake that was right here has dwindled down to nothing. In the heart of Africa. Lake Urima, Iran. Drying up as well. Heading down the same path. It's not dried up all the way, but it's getting there. And they're having to lean on that supply for everyone. You have lakes in China that are doing the same thing, and then a lake in Mexico they talk about here as well. And I'm going to leave a link here so you guys can read through all this information, watch some of these video clips that kind of take you through time and show the depletion of these areas. And they mentioned the Great Lakes here, but the Great Lakes right now are not looking anything like this, where they're completely dried out like Owens Lake. They were actually flooded out this year in a lot of different areas, which is not good in terms of people's property getting damaged and all that stuff, but in terms of having water, it's there versus it being dried up and gone for good, like in other big lakes around the globe. So just remember that as this continues down this path, those Great Lakes that we have, they're going to become more and more and more and more of a vital resource that people are going to be eyeballing as time ticks on. So I will leave links here. I'll continue to update with information like this as I come across it. Follow me on Twitter for breaking news. Follow me over on DLive for exclusive live streams and video clips that you'll only find over here. And if you want to join us for Knowledge Conference 2020, hit me up, dabu7@yahoo.com before all the tickets are gone. If you want to get together with a bunch of like-minded individuals discussing topics that get censored out here on these platforms, join us. Hit me up, dabu7@yahoo.com.